folks, welcome into the Seven Rivers Racing Show here on KQEG TV. I'm Dan Dyker along with Al Losi, coming off of the 19th annual Eve of Destruction presented by Coca-Cola at the Crosse Speedway. Had to have been the best one I've ever seen from front to back. I mean, you talk about excitement, you talk about demolition, you talk about wrecking things, and crowning a points champ, the first one at the fairgrounds this season. Man, I tell you what, in front of a packed crowd, they got their money's worth this year.
Oh, they did, and it's always so nice to go out there and enjoy crashing. During the course of the season, we don't get to enjoy crashing. We'd rather not see it because we don't have to work to put it up, put the cars back together. But the Eve of Destruction is just so much fun. It's for us racers to have a chance to enjoy some good, loud banging.
Well, there were a lot of our current lacrosse drivers at the Eve of Destruction, and we're going to show you some video from top to front. First off, we did crown our first champion of the 2011 season. The Window World Hornet champion went to Jay Raines, who quietly crept his way through the field this season and was capturing points in front of everybody's eyes. Matter of fact, we even started the night with a three-way tie for first. And if you looked all the way back to 11th place, 11 drivers had a chance to win that points championship. Jay Raines started the night, one of those in contention, and as you'll see in the video here in a couple of minutes, ended up capitalizing and won himself the big point championship of the season. He finished at a third place finish in the second feature, won the heat race. Now, after he won the heat race, he had a 5-point advantage over the rest of the field. Only needed to finish about between 3rd and 7th to win the championship. And you'll see here on the quarter-mile track, Madman John Aaron finally getting into victory lane. And he's been trying to do this all year. He's got one of the ugliest cars at the Speedway, but one of the fastest cars at the Speedway. As you see the white come out, and John was just off and running. But more importantly, Jay Raines was working his way up through the field. There you see right there. Going for a race win, and of course this was during the heat. A little bit of a tap of the wall right there. Genski got in front, and the checkered flag came out. So at the line, it went to the Madman, but more importantly, Jay Raines finished 3rd and took home the points championship. And we're going to show you a little bit of video here of his impressive heat race win. Had a total of 35 cars off this year, averaged about 42 last year, so we were pretty much in the same realm. You'll see some of the video right here. Raines running the 74 car. Critter went around, and yeah, that was a pretty good tap on the wall right there, but he was deep enough where the caution did not come out. Raines stayed in front and pulled down the victory of the night, and this is the one that put him 5 points ahead. And pretty impressive when you're talking a total of, I think we had 66 total cars entered this year.
And what was nice is the last race of the year, you expect everybody to be aggressive, which they were. Watching the races, I could hear your voice as they were getting 3 wide in many, many corners. But what was nice was that I don't think there was a single caution that I can remember, and the racing was hard and clean.
See it right there. Raines went 3 wide in the last lap, took Jill Oostdijk and Moore right down into the corner. I talked to him afterwards today. I found an opening, decided it's going to be now or never, and I needed at least get a win to get the points championship. And that's exactly what he did. So Jay Raines picks up the Window World Point Championship. Also interesting to note, we did wrap up another points championship at the end of the season that I really hadn't looked at. Bad Brad Worthen out of Sparta ended up winning the novelty champion of the 2011 season. So congrats goes out to both of them. Now to the Eve of Destruction. The steel wall crash was very entertaining. Stuntman extraordinaire Ben Allen called out one of his competitors, Cole Schulze, who they used to do some battling back in the day. Of course, Cole running a late model this year. 2 separate races. We had a Volvo, we had a Buick, both aimed right up at the sky. And you're going to see here in just a moment how this ended up. And this was a very interesting night when you got to talking about steel wall crash.
Oh, incredible. I had never seen one before, and it was just a lot of fun to watch.
Well, Allen was looking to top himself and do what he's done in the past, and Cole Schulze actually went out there, and I saw him just when I was on the track, right about there. He ducked his head, or actually right a little bit closer, right about there. I saw him duck his head and close his eyes, and this is the first time he ever done something like that, and just brought that thing all the way around. Look at that bumper.
Wow.
It was loud. The folks in Turn 1 were just loving that right there, and I said afterwards that we were going to have a part sale on the racetrack. So that was Schulze's attempt, and he took aim at the Buick. Now, you'll see here in a minute, Ben Allen takes aim at the Volvo. That's not the way to treat a Volvo. Brought it all the way around, put it back on its tires. Both cars still running. You'll see it again, slow-mo.
Look at the air.
Just outstanding. And believe it or not, Scholze beat him. It goes to the fan vote, so Scholze ended up topping him.
I like getting that front end air after hitting a car like that. That's pretty impressive.
Well, right after that, we've had it out at the racetrack for the past couple of years. We bring the skidders out. They have 2 front wheels and 2 metal plates in the back. The emergency brake is engaged, and they had a heat race, and they had a points race finale for that one. Our 2009 skidder champ, Kyle Swenson, won the feature. J.R. Tortolot won the heat race, and you'll see here in a moment, Tortolot ended up winning the points championship. This is a fun one to call because you can be the best race car driver in the world until you put metal plates in the back.
Yeah, and you have no control over that car. Obviously, these are front-wheel drive vehicles, and all you got is steering, and you really don't have much in the way of brakes. And the rear end just wants to go all the way around. So it does take a tremendous amount of ability to keep that car going straight.
No, the black car, was a new one out there this year.
Whoops.
Ron Burrows tried to pick up a win there, and he spun out just before the line, but just got across there. And skidders have been kind of a treat. Chuck Derry brought that out just that's the 3rd season we've had those now. And J.R. Tortolot ended up winning the points championship. Then it went to some more exciting action. We had the Gauntlet. And the Gauntlet of Doom this year, I talked to stunt driver Ben Allen. He was telling me that the 2 cars, you'll see them in a minute, were too close together the way that they had them set up. And you'll see the top car here get flipped over. This is probably the best one I've ever seen. Right there.
Wow.
Just, usually it's the car will roll on top, but that 3rd car, just watching that green one just get destroyed right here. He said that was the hardest he's ever hit. He's been doing this for years at lacrosse. And just the impact was just incredible.
Obviously, they don't do anything to reinforce the vehicles before these collisions. And it is just so fun seeing this kind of destruction and not having to fix the car.
No. And I think I was asking our flagman if maybe he took his wife's car for a little bit of a stroll up there. Some other stuff we had coming out. We're going to show you some more video of the EVA Destruction, the 19th annual. We brought the bus jump out. We had monster trucks. And Jess is going to roll some more video for us here in a minute. The Green Mama jet car came out again. I think his flame was a little bit longer this year. And the 2 monster trucks we had, one's been there before, Mechanical Mischief, and the Incinerator came out. It was interesting because this year we had a monster truck with a motor in the back and the other monster truck and a motor in the front. You'll see Mechanical Mischief right there, just tearing things up. And it came down to the weight differentials. One was set up, you see the 2 tires here. He was wheelie prone, the way he had his car set up, and he would actually attack the 4 cars on just the 2 wheels, while the Incinerator would go out, and he was set up to do Bernie's. And his Bernie's, he was going so fast, I was getting dizzy on the track.
I have seen that before. It is amazing how fast they can go, and you're sitting there wondering how come they don't get dizzy.
Yeah, well, it's just adrenaline, and both of those guys put on such a great show. We can't wait to have them back. I know the truck we did have, the Felon, I guess he moved out to Arizona, so he's going to be doing a lot of West Coast shows out there. So that was that, the Trailer Race of Destruction. We're going to show you some of that video here later in the program. One for the 4th straight year by Fountain City's John Ratz, and that was just some serious demolition of the track. I don't think I've seen the back straightaway look that bad during a Trailer Race of Destruction in many years. Coming up, what we're going to do for the next couple of programs leading you up to the Oktoberfest race weekend. Of course, we've got a special program starting that Thursday and Friday here on Seven Rivers Racing. We're going to bring in some folks from other tracks that we have had a great chance to cover throughout the race season. We're going to bring Bob Tim in from Mississippi Thunder Speedway, the dirt track up in Fountain City. Chuck Derry will join us from the Lacrosse Fairgrounds Speedway. But coming up next in the program, they had one of their best crowds, I think, ever this past weekend, and they had a new series come out. We're going to talk with Matt Panier, the public relations director at the Dells Raceway Parks. We're going to pick his brain a little bit and to find out who their track champions are. I'm Dan Dyker, along with Al Losey. Matt Panier is going to join us in just a second. Stay tuned. This is Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG TV.